First off, the playoff teams have been announced. There was a push, a late push, a strong push by Georgia for Georgia to get into that playoff after the way they played Alabama last night in Atlanta. But in the end, Georgia is left out. Alabama, Oklahoma in. What's your reaction?
Isn't that the most interesting part of this whole debate is that we thought the most clear way to figure everything out was with an Alabama victory, and actually with Alabama winning, it became more of a debate on whether or not if Georgia wins that football game, the SEC has two teams in right now. Because Georgia lost that game, now all of a sudden we were debating Oklahoma's merits, Ohio State's merits, Georgia's merits at the end of the day. Oklahoma being able to avenge that loss to Texas, the fact that they have a Big 12 title game is what changed their whole ability to get in this.
It did save them. And look, you know, I'm a pretty cut and dry guy. I still feel like what is the challenge and the charge of the committee from day one? It's to get the four best teams in there. I was very adamant after watching Georgia, not only through the year, we see them every week, guys, right? But we were on the field yesterday, and I watched this football team play. I've been in 2 national championship games. I know what championship teams look like. They gave Alabama everything they wanted. They passed everything that you want as a complete team. They're physical, they're fast, they're big, they're well coached. You can argue the fake punt with, but when you look at Georgia, they are one of the best 4 teams in the country. I understand why and how Oklahoma got in, and they're deserving to absolutely be in the conversation. Georgia still, in my opinion, is one of the top 4 teams in the country. But the loss at LSU, that really was what did them in.
All right, so here it is, your resume comparisons of 4, 5, 6. That's really where the debate was. Because if you're talking best teams, you could make the case that Notre Dame's not one of the 4 best. They would be a Vegas underdog to all 3 of these teams, by the way.
Notre Dame is UCF on steroids. Who they
the better schedule. UCF with a better schedule. Sure.
There was never any debate about them not being in. I think there should have been more debate about Notre Dame not being in.
I would agree. If you again, let's go back to there's no gray to me. Top 4 teams. You would have to be able to have that debate because Notre Dame and their resume. Look, we didn't know their schedule was going to look like it did in September, and now here we are in December, and it looks completely different than it did 4 months ago. But they are not, to me, if you want to look at it, that's the debate. Is Notre Dame one of the best 4? I don't think they necessarily are.
I'll tell you who it's good to be right now. Clemson. Because you're going to have Notre Dame. You play Notre Dame. Clemson's so much better than Notre Dame, at least if we watch them on paper. Right. We all feel that way, right? Oh, by the way, we have never had a team go through the college football playoff and finish the regular season as undefeated national champions. So you've got Bama, Clemson, Notre Dame all trying to be the first to do that.